We are Sharia law for Pfizer. That's what America is. We have Pfizeria law. It is easier to be in a Muslim country and criticize certain things than it is to be in America and criticize Big Pharma and tell the truth about Big Pharma. We live in a country that has no religion besides the elite, what the elites tell us. Whatever the social media trend of the week is, whatever the new pharmacy product is, if they don't want you to talk about, Ivor blank blank, the Joe Rogan horse dewormer that must not be named, even though it's a human drug that won a Nobel Prize that's on the CDC website like over 50 times in the one section, that's your new religion. If you talk about that drug, we will destroy your life. If you criticize this vaccine, we will destroy your life. Yes, why would you not be able to criticize a product that's getting billions of dollars in funding, billions of dollars of subsidy, being mandated on people, has been the quickest rushed out product that is synthetic mRNA? It's not being used in Russia. It's not being used in China. Has anybody thought about that? Our two geopolitical enemies, Russia and China, did you know Pfizer and Moderna, they're not using those, and they're not using any synthetic mRNA. China bought them and never used them. If they're so good, why isn't China using them? If they're so good, wouldn't Russia want them? Don't they want to one us up us? Do you want to know the truth? I don't think they want to know. Do you want to know the truth? Russia is corrupt, but it cares about Russians. China is wildly corrupt. I don't think they care about their people that much, and I don't think, Putin cares about his people that much, but they probably care about their people more than America does. America is filled with some of the most sold out, the most NGO, big pharma lobbyists, the biggest scum of the earth that will do anything for a profit. And I'm not saying they're horrible. I'm just saying it's weird that you have our two geopolitical enemies that don't seem to want to use the same vaccine technology as us. Why? Why is that? If it's the greatest thing on earth that you're not allowed to question, why are they not using it? You can't ask these questions because our country has no religion. We don't pray to Allah. We don't pray to Jesus Christ. We pray to Pfizer, Moderna, lobbyists, pop puppets, and we pass speech laws for a foreign country that says if you criticize our greatest ally, you will be debanked, you'll be kicked out of schools in Florida, you'll be kicked out of universities across the country because of an executive order Trump passed. This is the country we live in. And people got to pay attention because, there's always going to be a distraction, always going to be a this and that. And, it's time to start building off of some of these platforms, building our own, and really just awareness. Once you realize it's happening, your politicians are powerless. The only reason Republicans get away with this stuff is because 95% of their audience thinks they're in high school. They go to events, nobody wants to pay attention. They don't care if they're really doing anything. It's like, let's just take a selfie and fight Nancy Pelosi. It's like, it's not going to really happen. Once people start to realize it and call it out, it's not going to be so easy to do. And I got to run, but I'm willing to take this show on the road. I'm still going to use Instagram. I'm still going to use Facebook, but I need to build off of these platforms because that window that we're all using, whether you're Dave Chappelle making jokes about transgenders, whether you're Whoopi Goldberg with garbage takes, although you're garbage, but, you should be allowed to say that if everything else you say is garbage. Why can't you say that? Myself, right-wingers, left-wingers, that window's going to get smaller and smaller and smaller. It doesn't matter if you're a Christian, a Jew, a Muslim, atheist, white, black, Hispanic, that window is getting smaller. And once they close it for you and you and you and me, them and them, they're going to close it for you too. They just need enough support to get there. And once they get there, it's like a COVID regime. We got there, lockdown. You know what I'm saying? Whoa, that happened fast, didn't it? Our whole life changed overnight. Well, they got enough, narrative, support. They ran what if we did this and shut down China? They figured it all out, and then it came. So it's not beneficial to anybody to allow this country to lose its freedom of speech at all. So hopefully we can figure out ways to combat that. It definitely starts with, building companies, whatever, but really awareness. Facebook, YouTube, Google. None of these companies can get away with it it's like the booster shot. If 75% of people are just like, nah, I'm good, it's all over, whether you get off the platform or not. But they always have us fighting. Russia, Ukraine, black, white, this, that, Trump, Biden. It's like this, there's always a thing. And COVID ends, the Russia-Ukraine war's the next day? The next day? You know what I'm saying? COVID's over. I'm not saying it's literally over, but they're like, we need to get back to normal. Here's the new thing. Like, it literally rolled out at the same exact time. people think it's like random, like, oh my God, it just so happened that they completely ended the narrative of like abusing us for 2 years. They're finally rolling off all the mandates, and here's the next thing like 5 seconds later. It's like, it's just the new thing to fight over. I'm not saying if you live in Ukraine, defend your country if you want to. If you're in Russia and you don't like what NATO did, speak out against it. I'm not going to stop you. But it's the new thing for everyone to be emotionally invested in for 3 months, and then they're going to give you the new thing and the new thing. And as you're doing that, the degenerate psychos in America are going to keep closing that window for us and using that stuff. Let's call it out, folks. God bless you. God bless your family. God bless America. God bless the world. I got to run, unfortunately. Thanks for listening. Let's work together if you got some sort of thing. And I have meetings later also with video companies and such. I hope